Alright, y'all, it is Miss Q back with another video, honey, and guess where I'm headed to? I'm leaving my house right now, and we headed to the school. My son does not even know. Baby, I'm finna come up here to the school and sit in these classes, honey. Now, I am not coming to the first part of the day because he act a fool at the end of the day. So, we finna come be the show shocker that he needs so he knows to sit down somewhere and that his mama ain't playing these games. Let me make sure I got my keys before I walk out the house and walk myself out the door. Alright. See, my son fails to realize that I am really the crazy black mama. And I'm not the crazy black mama because I cuss and I fuss and I yell. Baby. I am not the crazy mama because I am taking your electronics and your toys and stuff. That don't make me crazy. What makes me crazy is I'm gonna come up in here to the school and sit in these classes with this young man while he's in there, because I need him to fully recognize that his mama is crazy enough to come embarrass him in front of these children, these teachers, administrators, because we're not playing these games, right? So drop a comment below. I'm not talking about these people who be beating their kids all on Facebook and stuff. Like, that's not real life to me. Real life is when you go sit in the classroom. Real life is when you go to these classes together. I am willing to take a parenting class. I've had a lot of classes. Parenting classes, trauma classes, discipline classes. Matter of fact, I have even talked to people about trauma. My son has failed to realize that my profession does not necessarily dictate my personal life, that I am just as outgoing and ambitious as his mother as I am as anything else, okay? I'm going to show up. And don't you ever think you can don't get caught slipping. That's all I'm saying. Don't get caught slipping. So I'm going up in here to the school. Now, I don't know if I can really record in the school, but I am anyway. So y'all going to go with me today to the middle school because my son is not going to be out here acting an ass. He will not be out here acting an ass. Matter of fact, I can guarantee you a few things. My son will not be in jail or in the graveyard early by my lax, okay? If anything, he will always say, look, my mama didn't let nothing slide. Not one thing. She was there. She was there for me in the good and the bad. And that's what's most important to me, that he knows that I'm showing up no matter what. And we not playing. If I'm the single mama for the rest of my life, I don't care. I'm not playing these silly games with him, okay? And raising a boy, I mean, I already knew if I had a young girl and she gave me attitude, it was going to be probably like my own. But I'm raising a young man, and it's so different because, you know, I am his first impression of what a woman is, whether that is she got just crazy hormones or she just talk crazy, she wild, whatever. I'm always going to be his first representative of what his ideal of a woman is, and maybe not what his ideal partner is, but definitely what an ideal woman is. I'm going to be the first one to lay the foundation and the blueprint about what woman is to this young man. And so I need him to understand that my womanhood is fully in tune and with myself and with him. How I'm still tired and I'm still woe out. I did an overnight last night. Y'all, can you believe I did an overnight last night? I did 13 hours and I ain't got no sleep yet, but I'm up here at this school because I'm not playing these games with this child. And that's what I'm saying to any other parent. If you got a child out there, the first thought to come to mind is, what the fuck am I doing? And how the heck did I get here? But in all actuality, that's when you have to take a step back and reassess every situation, because what happens is you are in control of it. You are the parent. You are the adult in the situation, and they're going to take your lead no matter what. So I'm leading my behind into the school because we're not playing them games. We're not doing it. So, yeah, I probably will have my camera down, but I'm recording. And I'm not going to record very long because I don't want nobody to be like, my kid was on your YouTube. Look, it's my kid. And I'm trying to make sure I don't take him out the game of life early, prematurely, because he couldn't get his act together as if he didn't have no mama. At least didn't have no mama. And a crazy black mama at that one. So, here we go. Thank you.
Hi.
Miss
Yeah, Mrs. Chitty.
Okay, I'm Jordan's mom. Okay.
for reading the board and getting your agendas out. Starting class. I'll take attendance while you're writing your agenda. No, there's no written notes during our time right now. Yes, I know he's not. Did you make it? No, I will explain everything to you, I promise. Let me take attendance here first. That's why you're filling out your agenda right now. I have a soft shake. I'll get that anyway.
I'm following you around for the next 2 hours.
Are you late?
I'm just molded.
Okay, those of you that have your agendas out, thank you. Those of you that don't, that's a problem. Not our first day for this. So, I'll talk to you about our story in a minute. But if you look over here at the board, that would be great. We are reading the novel Wonder, and I will explain that to you in a minute. It's not what you think exactly. Every time you see the T or the S or the P, T is for teacher, S is for student, P is for partner. Okay? The schools and the teachers decided that they needed more time for teaching on certain units. So there was a vote, and the vote was to eliminate one of the units from the English reading book, but not the English skills that we teach every time we have a unit. Like last Friday.
All right, y'all. I'm back in the car. I tell you. So first, when I walk into my son's classroom, the look of sheer constipation that crossed his eyes and face was just all I needed to just know that I was doing the right thing. I ain't have to hit him. I ain't have to cuss, fuss, yell, or nothing. I just needed to show up at the school. He looked like he was sick. And the children was like, who are you? Are you a parent? Whose parent? Look, I'm his parent, and I'm here to sit in on this class. And that's all I had to say. And, the teacher didn't expect me to be there, but she said she was grateful for me to have came in there, because then it just shows that I'm supporting not only my son, but also supporting her. And I think that's important, because you know what? These kids had their feet on the chair. They was walking around interrupting her. Honey, I work with kids, but to be a teacher, girl, man, oh, baby, I couldn't be nobody teacher, especially not in middle school. The environment in itself is a little bit antsy. The kids moving around, steady making comments and talking and all those things like that, right? So my heart goes out to anybody who's a teacher, an educator, especially you dealing with middle school and high school kids. Okay, my heart says thank you, because I know that it is a task, and sometimes it is a thankless task. Okay, but with that being said, my son had sheer shock when I walked into his classroom. Fortunately, they had a lesson in the book called Wonder, so they were talking about bullying and kids that don't look quote unquote normal, and how other people perceive them and how they may talk. Okay. So, that was that. So during the class, my son got a note to the principal, and he went to the assistant principal's office, rather, and the assistant principal did talk to him about the consequences that he could be facing. So he may have a day of out-of-school suspension or up to 3 days of out-of-school suspension, depending on the severity. But because it was his first offense, they are really taking it to the point where they just want him to understand he can't say that. And so he may be in out-of-school suspension tomorrow, which I can handle that. I can't handle the out-of-school suspension, because I'm be like, child, whose kid are you? Because you ain't mine getting kicked out of school like this, right? Okay, so what happened was he got called to the office, and I didn't know where he was going. I just knew he got a slip in the class. So when he comes back, he says he goes to the office. So I'm like, teacher, we got to get up out of here because I'm going to go to this principal's office because obviously they wasn't paying attention that I walked up in this school. And so my son and I actually ended up going to the principal's office, and I actually talked to the head principal instead of the assistant principal because as soon as he left talking from my son, he had to go take his dog somewhere, which I didn't need to know all that information. And so myself and the principal and my son talked about all the consequences that would come along with that. And if he was older, they would have had to notify the police and stuff for sexual harassment, and he would have had to deal with charges. And I'm thinking, thank God he's 11 and he's learning this lesson early. He's gonna get this lesson in real quick. Shut the fuck up. I know that is not how mommies talk. I know that's not mommy talk, but man, does anybody ever want to tell their kids just sometimes shut the entire up, okay? Sometimes all that talking, because you ain't making no sense, is not warranted. You don't have to do all the extra. You don't have to be the funny guy. You don't have to be the cool kid. You don't have to even be the cute guy. You just need to get in here and get your education, because that's more appealing than anything else, especially when you become older. If you don't even have no education, you can't formulate sentences, and you can't even write nothing out that makes comprehensible sense. Like, what are we doing here, you know? Especially just in these days, just get your education. That's the only thing that's required of you. Just do that. So, long story short, I'm out of the school now, and I just hope this never, ever, ever happens again. My son seems to fully understand why he got in trouble, how he got in trouble, and what happens next. What happens next in this scenario, and what happens next if it happens again. He understands fully. So I know that my son now is making a very aware and conscious decision to act a fool at school if he does. Because now he knows my mama will come to the school, my principals them ain't playing, and then they will notify the police in the event that I keep talking reckless. I guess it's better to get this lesson out of the way first semester of 6th grade than me trying to figure this lesson out at the end of high school or whenever, and then he have to deal with things in a more just severe manner. I'm trying, y'all. I'm much calmer today than I was the entire weekend. It's just so much. But that's it. So I'm going to edit this video and post it, but I didn't want to post it to embarrass my son, because it wasn't anything about it embarrassing. Like, I was not going to embarrass my son. I was not going to break his spirit. I was not going to take from him in any way, shape, or form, and then have him leaving and feeling like my mama is just a horrible mother. Like, I wanted him to realize that he has a whole village, and the leader of the pack of his village is going to always be me. I'm going to cheer for him, but I'm also going to call him out when it ain't right. And so, and that's to me what a parent does. Your parent is going to be your ride or die till the wheels fall off. And that's what I need him to know. I'm riding with him, but I'm going to ride with him as long as he acting right. Because when he fall off, I'm going to be the first one talking shit, and I'm going to be the first one getting his ass together. So, y'all pray for me. I've been praying for all the parents out there, single parent or not. You know, sometimes two heads don't always work together when you're dealing with these kids. It's a trying time. But really, though, you know, y'all pray for these kids, because whatever they got going on within them and things that are going on externally around them, it's always pressures and all kinds of things going on. And they just need as much guidance as possible. Sound guidance at that. So I'll see y'all later. Bye, babies.
I thought you were an assistant teacher.
When I walk it up behind you?
Yeah, I'm like, hi, Miss Edwards.
Yeah, right. Did I scare you?
Look, that's the thing I'm confused on. Was I scared or not? The question is, no, actually.
Yeah, your face.
I wasn't scared because even
Yeah.
though my heart started beeping, like started pumping fast when I saw you, and I had this tingling feeling. What happened was like let it go, and then I was like, "Oh, hi, Miss Edwards." Like I was whispering, "Oh, hi, Miss Edwards." Like, "Oh, hi, Miss Edwards." And then I was like, "All right, I better be on my best behavior," and I even said that too. So what I did was, once I got finished, I was probably like the second one to finish reading those pages.
I saw you read fast.
Yeah. You know my reading's been improving.
Yeah.
You don't even know that.
I do know that.
But like, I was like, alright, what is about to happen? Because I knew something was about to happen too.
Yeah, well, I'm glad nothing crazy happened.
Yeah.
And you just better know your mama gonna come for that behind and keep you on point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.